Good morning, and welcome again to another Whatever Wednesday with Dylan Russell. Today we're in Valheim, and I'm going to be playing. Where am I here? I'm going to be playing the Dylan character, but I just want to let you know that I did a little bit after we finished last week, and you can see I got a hat and a shield and so on and so forth. But I realized after that I really don't want to be messing with the character I'm using on stream, so I actually have a couple other ones now because I've been playing with the kids, and one that I've been doing on my own. So yeah, this is where we are. We will get ourselves back to the world, and today's plan is to find somewhere new to be. I'm not really super happy with the home location I chose last stream, so we'll just have to see where things go and see what we can find for a new spot to be. Let's get rolling. Please do let me know if any of the alerts, welcomes, Spotify music, etc. is too loud, because that would be very much appreciated. The game is loading, and unfortunately the loading logo, it actually just says loading, but it's underneath the section on your screen that says follow for updates, Dylan Russell, etc. There we are. That's a little better. Now, for anyone curious, I'm not actually underlit. I have a couple of monitor lights that up to my monitor that bounce off the desk, because I have actually a frosted glass desktop, so it's just bouncing from underneath. That's just... Oops, and I missed something really quickly, so I'm going to quick copy. Get that rolling. I made a mistake in where I was going.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello! Glad to see you this morning, and welcome on in. I just realized I forgot to open my own chat, so it might help that I can actually see it on the screen I'm playing with. And where am I here? We're in. There we go. Alright. So, let's get this rolling. We are going to be... You're going to be, Benson, looking for a new place. I don't know if you caught that as we started, but glad to see you here today. Got a couple more random hellos in the box, so maybe if we see another person drop in, then we will hear something a little bit different. Not just Mr. Bean all the time. I'm just going to see, let's see, start with some good food. Actually, I should probably check and see what I need to take with me. And yes, there's a hole in the door, okay, or the roof. We've got ourselves a little shack, but I'm not super happy with it, even though there's a lot of stuff in the chest. So if I do find somewhere new, then I will need to be running around, grabbing things and taking them with me. But I don't want to overload in advance. Take... Yeah, it might be best just to leave that all behind and just see what we can find in a new locale as we go. Oops, one thing I do want to make sure I get really quickly is... Where's the food box? I'm gonna grab some more food here. I got some stored, we're good. And berries were good. Fill the... I'm not going to use the berries right now. I actually feel they're really weird. But what it does is that if you need to eat some more food for a boost, and your bar at the bottom is saying that you've already eaten a bunch, it will make you Ralph, like as in get rid of it. I'm actually feeling pretty good today, though. On that, not on the Bukeberry note, just in general. A little wired. It is... I'm a bit short on sleep because we've had rainstorms and heavy winds. So, yeah, we're starting to get a little more crazy here. Let's see what we got. I've been off to the east of the starting point. I'm going to try and cross the river, sort of head back, I guess you'd say, where we started, and then see more to the north what we end up running, north and west what we end up finding. So I hope you're doing well. Question is, same for you. How are you today? I'm always glad to hear how people are starting out their days. Hope I'm not the first person you've said good morning to today. You never know. Oh, wait a minute. Very good. I have a bow, but not so helpful if I don't put it in a spot that I recognize. Which upgrades will do for now. Oops. Oh, well, great. The deer ran off, and the neck. Therefore, fine. Oh, go away. Bye. Oops. There we go. Right. When we're playing Minecraft, sorry. When we're not streaming, I'm finding that Valheim is my new addiction. So that just means that I'm enjoying trying to play, but always learning something new with every single character. Feeling tired. VBS in the morning and at night for my church. Ah. Yeah, that would make you pretty busy. I'm not really sure what VBS is, but church activities do tend to make people pretty busy on the whole. The deer may have seen me. See if I can get up close. Apparently I can get close enough. Works. The other deer went quite a ways away, so I'm not going to worry too much about where that got to. I can have one on the way. Stones, how many do I have now? Is it 3? Okay, I'd like to have at least 5 with 2 pieces of wood at all times, because then if I need to stop for the night, I've got the materials I need. Game is interesting whenever I play it. I'm going to be an incredibly casual player. There are definitely progression points one can do by killing the bosses and such, and I do want to get to that eventually, but I'm going to be one of those people who's just... I need flint. I'm going to be one of those people who's over-prepared. I do fight the bosses.
Oh, hello there!
Hello there, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. You have got my Shrek greeting this morning. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, Benson, because I'm going to be a very casual player about it. I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. So, if anything, I will probably be taking a little longer to get to bosses than people would actually like, but it just allows me to do it when I'm fully comfortable. And I'm not necessarily waiting till I can totally stomp them with no issue whatsoever, but I want to make sure that it isn't going to be insta-death on the part of me for something incredibly stupid or choosing to do it before I was really prepared. So, deer meat and deer hide scraps are always super handy. I miss meat. So, of course, the other deer's annoyed with me. That's predictable. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, if you can remember to let me know later on whether or not the captions are functioning, that would be great. We can always talk about it after stream. But I don't always get feedback on that one. Yeah, this is meant to... Like, the reason I'm doing it quietly, as a slow game, is just largely because it is my break from Minecraft, so I don't see a whole lot of point in rushing to the finish. I must have been here before, because nothing whatsoever in the chest. That. Alright. One of the reasons I didn't like this is right at the beginning there was a huge... Well, the part I'm crossing now isn't too bad, but towards where we started, there's a huge scar in the land. And I just found it annoying to try and cross that repeatedly after I kept dying. The other thing is this character actually happens to have the best swimming ability due to multiple deaths that we saw actually on stream last week. So in order to level up the crafting table that we need to make, crafting table is not really the best word for it, but crafting bench, I suppose. In order to level that one up, we need to have scraps and build specific items. So finding as many creatures with scraps as I can is definitely nothing to pass up. Okay, you. That's still fun. Okay, I guess I'm a little further along in that than I expected. So, at the moment, the three characters that I've got are very similar in levels and abilities, but I do think this one might be a smidge more advanced than the other two, just because I started it first, and doing a lot of like this sort of jumping around and running and things like that. And I've specialized a little bit in using axes as a weapon, partly just because I found it was very useful to be able to chop trees and kill things, but I've got the two axes there. One's a stone axe, and the other one is a flint axe, which is supposed to be better than the stone axe, and I'm using the flint one as a weapon, but purposely using the stone one for tree chopping. It takes a smidge longer, but it preserves the flint axe, of course, because you're not using it. Pardon me. But the other thing is that it seems to be that the stone axe is helping with getting my my actual axe chopping abilities up a little higher. So whether that's just an impression I've got or whether it really is the case, I'm not sure, but it seems helping, so not going to knock it at this point. Okay, so now, as you can see, we've made it sort of back to start. So now I'm just going to take a quick look. Well, I don't know quick, but we're going to start heading maybe in a westerly direction and see what we can find out in that way. If I find more of a flat plain, I think that might be a good place for me to build. But I don't want to be too far away from rivers or water, so not a huge deal, but I'd find that down near the water is where we're going to find the necks, like the ones that attacked, and the boars and deers, of course, and to congregate over there. The other thing I have to be careful of is I'm definitely not ready to be near the Black Forest. That was one of the problems at the last location. I was too close to the Black Forest for my comfort, so I kept getting surprise visits from not greylings that we can handle, but grey dwarves that I'm not ready for. They throw rocks and stuff, and they come in passels, and when the when the spirit calls the creatures together to try and raid you, which is not comfortable, but does happen, then if I'm too close to the Black Forest, then I get grey dwarves as well, and it's been a couple of near misses, this character. I really didn't like that. At the point where I'm at now, like it's like Minecraft in that you respawn where you've set your bed. So it's the same sort of thing as Minecraft in that respect. Not great, but doable. So one of the red runestones that I had passed talked about if you have a place that's open to the sky, then you're going to be more likely to be not harassed. Which, at least for the very first sort of semi-permanent base that I actually want to keep, then I think I'd like a spot that's more open. This is very lumpy, and I can flatten it off. I need to discover with another character I need to use a hoe in order to do that. Holy moly. Well, if I want to go farming for scraps, this is a place to be, but I need to make sure I don't get swamped when you boars at once, because that could be a problem. See me. I think he's not very effective. Okay, he's close. kind of glad that I'm not doing too badly with these guys right now because I had a 1-star boar that I didn't manage to take out. He gored me pretty good. So I'm looking at not getting overwhelmed by these ones because I don't see what the star rating is until I start seeing their health bar. Where are you going? Excellent. More meat, please. Yep. Piggy? Oh. I feel rested. Great. Now the perk to having some of that yellow resin is that then I can make torches after dark, so it's not a bad thing. Oh, piggy. What does it say? Land is hard and wild, but who are brought here are harder still. Take comfort, traveler, in the gifts before you, the good wood and stone, the fruits and flowers of the forest. Also to the wild boar who roam these lands. They fear fire and the hand of man, but they can be taught to obey it. Go quietly to them and let them eat of your stock. Roots of the ground are their pleasure. So, in short, I can tame pigs, but they like to eat mushrooms. Good to know. I will start taming pigs when I can do that. One of the things that's a little different in this game compared to Minecraft is after dark doesn't really seem, at this point in the game, to be a whole lot scarier, busier than before dark. So that's good news. Yeah, it had rather nasty neighbors. I did not like the fact that I was getting close to a dark forest, or a black forest, I think they're called, too easily. Like, half of the island that I thought I was going to use as a base initially was a black forest. So therefore not smart. Oh, heard deer, not see deer, or they've noticed me. So where I'm headed moment appears to be up in the direction of the summoning location for the Elder. I'm not ready to take on the Elder, but I have no problem finding that spot. I'd have to summon them, so that just means that they're not going to be in my way for a while. In my way? That's not the word. They're not going to be coming after me. That's probably a better way of looking at it. Take that. It's a twofer. Nice. Nice. You. Pig? Awesome. Where are we getting in the scraps department? 10, not bad. So, at some point, this will be where I want to summon the Elder, but I really don't want to. Forsaken are not easy prey, so craft a wicked weapon, don your finest armor, and eat a hearty meal before engaging them in combat. Okay, and this one, I believe, like there. Hunt his kin. Looks like a deer. Yeah, that'd be like there. But the summoning place, I don't have to mark on the map because as you can see it stays there for me. I really don't think basing there would be the world's smartest move. Forest. Oh no, he saw me. Not gonna work well. Going west. I would like it when I actually manage to level up a bit more on my running, or my stamina and running, because you can travel so much faster. The other thing is you can also travel faster once you have figured out. Oh, this guy is not something I wanted. fragments. I have no idea where he came from. I don't want to know. The one time in another character that I tried that, I found that there were 3 or 4 skeletons on me all at once, and yeah, not quite ready for that one easily. This could be, at least for the night, a good place to start. Quick map mark, because if I put a bed in here that I can claim, then it'll also be a half-decent waypoint or stopping point when I go. Abandoned village. Village. Go. Let me know it's a waypoint for me. That. Good there. Also have to be careful because some of these can harbor beehives. And I don't go waltzing in with a beehive. Right. I'm brave for running in the night. Ooh. I wouldn't normally be running in the night, but, oops. Come on. What can I do? Oh. Bench. I need 10 wood. Fantastic. Okay. I didn't pick enough wood. 2, 3. Thing. Oh. Okay, that's convenient. Fishy, but convenient. Sure. Steam wood. No. Carry it all? Am I overweight? No, I'm not overweight. Okay, sure. Good omens, maybe? See? Okay, so we need a crafting bench. Because it won't let us claim the bed that's in here decoratively. I don't know why. It would be really nice if we could, but... Sitting logs. Huh. Okay, sure. So we know how to make basically the crude chair. Bed. So now this bed, if I turn off that, I can claim this bed. But I need to have a roof. Okay. So, have the materials. Build roof panel. Oh, nope. Not. Okay. Wrong one. Let's just... That's a little better. This panel even attached to this panel right on the edge. And is that enough roof? Might as well. I mean, hey, free wood, why not? Yes. Got repair most of those. Throw a door on here. Bed's gonna need a warming fire, so I don't want to smoke myself out, so maybe I'll leave that hole in the roof. For that purpose. Repair. This one. That one. Oh, everything around here needs repairs. A half bad place to start, so may actually go with it. I just wish I could take this bed out. It's gonna be problematic, but I mean decoratively it's nice balanced. Okay. Prepared yet? Anything? No, not quite. Come back there. Can't get to this. Whatever. Good? Okay. Roof. That one in. Now, the reason I need to do a lot of that is... There we go. Now we have a bed. 2, 3. Can I claim this one? Let's see what we get for dreams. I'm sorry the screen's basically black. Let me see if I can turn up the lighting. Because, yeah, phones can be challenging, but you're probably not the only one seeing that behavior. Thing. Graphics. Shadow qualities, active point lights, frame rates. I don't see a whole lot I can do there. Let me just see if I can turn up the game in my broadcast software. Game properties. Don't see anything at the moment, so I will definitely look into that. But if it gets too dark, then for sure I can actually put in some yeah, so I can put in some resin torches and stuff. So if we're going to be running around, first, have the ability, that one. Go outside the door. Hope there's nobody nasty out there. Bill. Yeah, it's really dark out at night. I'll try and sleep away the nights as well too, then that'll probably help with the okay. That'll probably help a little bit by sleeping away the nights. In here, always nervous. Oh, more beds that I can't do. Okay, here. Amber and another torch. But I mean, hey, free chest. Why not? So yeah, these beds are annoying because they're decoratively, like they're decorative, but they're not removable. Bit of a pain, but that's a possibility for a place to be. Now that we've slept, what we've got in the area. Going out this way, I can see it coming up. Fire makes everything cheerier. Indeed it does. Oops, and 6, 7, 8. Come on. There we go. I don't know why I changed my hammer, it's no good. But here. More blah blah. Okay, it's a repeat about the speaking of pigs, though, I'm not too surprised then that the pigs would congregate around the sign that talks about. Uh-oh. That guy looks like he could be a little stronger. One thing when you've got sort of the one tusk boar, if you look up at the other one, he's not a whole lot different, but he's got 2 fairly clear tusk sets. So there's a possibility he could be stronger type. Oh, no. They see me and they don't like me. Fine. Oh. I can get the deer not to notice me. And we could be off to the race. Oh, you asked for it, Bauer. Sorry, dude. That scares the deer. I'm not really sure what these sort of squashed eyeball refers to, but the fully open one means that I've been spotted and seen. I think the squash one means that they can either hear or smell me, but don't see me. Not totally sure on that one. But it's one of those ones where sometimes if you wait long enough, then it will actually go to the little crosshairs again, crosshair shape. That means that you're in stealth mode. So your sneaking ability improved. This one, right, where it's so sneaking top and bottom bars and wider side bars. I'm in stealth mode, and I should be able to sneak up on the deer more effectively. Oh, and I missed. Darn it. Oh well. We've got water nearby, that's good news. Actually, there's a boar close enough I can butt, so. Or if he tries to kick mine. Oh, you lose. What have we got? We have got... Oh, no, that wasn't water. That's... Okay. A weird looking stone. Oh, okay, I spot pine tree. So I'm either in some snow, lots of snow. I'm either near the mountains or near a black forest, neither of which do I want to get messing around with. But at least the abandoned village that we saw is further away from the black forest than the, or whatever that is, than the last place I found. So I mean, it's still an improvement. but I really don't like the fact that, like, literally, those guys are right next door. Now, once I get rid of the Elder, or, like the Eikthyr Elder, it doesn't really level me up, but it gives me a bit more of a strength, and I think I can run faster. So I should be able to start gearing up the next zone, but the snow concerns me. On the other hand, in a previous world I was playing, I found a lovely little outcropping, something like this, and built a house, a different character. I was just loving the view out to the ocean. So we'll see what we can find, but that abandoned village isn't too bad, provided I go maybe check it out around the south side and just see what we can find from there. And we've got a spot set as a respawn near enough, pardon me, that I won't have to start all the way back at my other base house to get moving. I've been having some off and on conversations with Fantastic Sherlock Fox about, speaking of outcroppings and overlooks, I've been having some conversations with FSF about just some possible different redeems or some possible different things to do, either in Minecraft or just in stream in general. And problem with that was I share some traits a little bit in common with Dory the fish, which means that I didn't write it down, so I kind of forgot most of them. Now, the assumption is if it's, when some people say, oh, well, I forgot what I was talking about. Well, if it's important, it'll come back. So we can hope that it'll come back, but no guarantees. So yeah. I may have to rehab some of those conversations again and try and take notes this time. So I'm enjoying Valheim. I don't have a particular house style in mind or anything like that, but I am aware that you can get into, as the game progresses, you can get into farming trees and different foods, and you can brew things, and so I'd like to explore a lot of that side of the world. Oh. Mushrooms, why not? Hello. So that's something I definitely want to get into. Ooh. A different abandoned village, and probably abandoned for a very good reason, trees. So that part is definitely not living here. However, it doesn't hurt me to take a stop and see what's useful in dead. Ooh, chest. Flint and some feathers. Well, I can make arrows out of those. What are you? Oh, one of those. Okay, I don't want you. Go away. Go away. These guys, Grey Dwarves, uh-oh. Yeah, they hardly ever travel alone, and they throw rocks. So if I can get them sequentially as opposed to all at once, I should be okay. Here comes the third one. Oh, stop throwing rocks, you punk. Now, I wouldn't be so bold if I wasn't carrying a shield. One of the nice things about this game is you can't really cheese it exactly, but if you put up your block, so in this case the right mouse button, so if you put up your block position, you can still attack, and then it'll go right back into your block. So you can actually even hold the right mouse button down while you attack. But yeah, now that I've checked out some of this place, is one worth looking into? Doubt it. I just really don't want to bait any more of those guys, because... Nope, I don't see a chest, so... Grab berries while we're here. I think is what attracted the pigs in the first place. There we go. Okay, so north away from that forest, and we're going to try and go around and maybe head a little more east. I actually don't mind the position of that more the other abandoned village that we found recently where we slept. And the reason for that is because it's farther away from the forest, but we won't take all that long to get ready to fight the other, the elder for the meadows level, which means that it saves me from having to move right away if something is relatively close. Random building. I don't see anything of note in. I'm not hearing any bees. Nothing there. Probably a good thing. So, as we see, if we stick to some of the more open zones, then it's a little bit more likely to be at our level right now. And I mean, there are a good fair number of buildings. One of the easy ways to get wood early on, if you're not into chopping trees, is to actually take down these buildings. And I see in that one as well. Let's see, we're just about to loop around to where we were earlier. So there's the village where I slept. I actually quite like it, so I think I'm going to go back in and try and fill in some of this gap in the middle, map-wise. Take a quick look. Let me see how far it is down to the water. Maybe we can start turning south a bit and see if we can get access to the water. The river. Okay, there's a stone over here, which is probably a... Oh, nope. That's another spawn point. Okay. So there is more than one spawn spot for this guy. Wow, sun shafts galore. Goodness gracious. Map. This. Oh, can't do that. I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to use that one for now. And what am I going to like here? EIKPHYR. Ooh. There. Another summoning spot for that guy. Somewhere around here there'd be another stone telling me about him. I don't mean that, I mean as in, there'd be another stone that would give me a marker point to it. So we've got one, we don't need two. Aha! Okay, well then I can... Oops, that was dumb. I can use this to set the marker instead. There we go. That'll work. Can't remember what those are called. Useful. So I'm not too far from the first one or the second one. The zone in the middle. I want to keep going this way and see what we can find in the space. Always like to have meat loaded up. That up there. And my berries ran out, so eat those. Mushrooms. So, something that I didn't know, and my son explained to me, which was kind of helpful, without being spoilerific. It's hard to see on... Where are we here? It's somewhere open for... And I'll check out that little lean-to shack. Don't hear any noise, so that's good. What has happened to me a couple of times, and the reason I keep checking for noises... the reason I keep checking for noises is actually that a couple of times I've come to a camp like this, and rather than finding it empty, there has been a beehive, and it surprised me a little bit. Lean to... keep using the shift like I'm going to put title case, but this doesn't need it, and so I just... Uh-oh. And then I find out later on I've accidentally hit caps lock key and left it on too long. Okay. Ooh. Now this might be a good place to build. Nice and open, it's near the water. Oh, nope, 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 nope. One sec. I don't know if you can see what I can see. Trying to get the sun in behind it to make it clearer. Hanging underneath that platform is a beehive. If you just go charging in and try and hit it, the bees will sting you to death. Yeah, not pleasant. So this is one of the reasons why I brought a bow. And we'll discuss food afterwards, because you get something useful out of it. Oh, come on. My bow skills are early. There we go. Ooh, 2 pieces of honey. Great. Once you've got it to fall like that, the bees dissipate really quickly. You do want to collect the queen bee and the honey. The queen bee is required in order to build a beehive. So, like a domestic beehive. So you can then check on the bees, see if they're happy or whatever. Now, in regards to the food, that's where I was going with this. Shield just in case something comes up. I don't know how well you guys can see this on the screen, but foods with a red fork on them tend to be awesome for health. Their bonuses. The big one is health. The white ones tend to be about a balance of the two, health and stamina. Whereas yellow ones, such as berries or honey, tend to be lower on the health category, but your stamina boost is pretty high. So I've only got 2 pieces of honey right now, can carry up to 50. I think I'm going to save these for now, but I'm just going to stick them underneath the berries, just that way I can tend to put them in an even order. So yeah, the berries are helpful. At the moment, they're the shortest duration, and they give a smaller healing per tick, but, they're light, you can carry a ton of them, and they have a good boost in the stamina. So, as you go on, I've watched a few videos where basically it's encouraged that a player will try to balance their meals based on what they intend to be doing. So if you're doing something where you're going to be fighting a boss that you need a lot of health to survive it, then you may want to of course, gear towards the health angle. Ooh, nice. If I can get him a put. He's going to run off on me. Ooh, I did get him. Yay, 1 hit. However, you get more meat when you do that. That's part why I went after the 1-star deer as opposed to the single one. If I stand here long enough, then that single one will probably come back. The other... Whoa, but you only get 1 deer... 1 deer meat from the non-starred ones, whereas you get more from the 1-starred. I got 3 pieces there all at once. This runestone says, "Give thanks to Frey for the rain and the sun, for the shoots that break the earth's skin, the fruits of the vine. Give thanks to Odin for the flesh and bone, the smoke from the cooking fire, the warm pelt, the strength of your arm." Kind of cool. This spot down here is quite picturesque. So, oops, that was dumb. This spot's quite picturesque. So, while this part looks good, once again I see the more evergreen style trees in the back. A little too close to that part of the forest for my comfort. I'm probably going to go investigate the hut in the middle if this deer will come back. But I will probably not go too, I'm not going to base here because it's just way too close to the neighbors. There's some great ridges to look off. It would look really cool, but way, way too close to the neighbors. Yeah, mist looks really cool. I like the way it turns out, and I like the way the sun shafts look. I've definitely gone with one of our other followers, Kara's suggestion, that is where I've left the ground cover turned as low as it can go. She was correct in that I find things a lot easier to find when you have to do picking up things off the ground if you don't have the ground cover. So I sort of wish the game had some more levels of detail option in that respect, but it is what it is. Can't win them all. Sunsets are beautiful, though. I find that sunsets and sunrises are amazing in this game. It's actually one of the things that makes that makes me really love... Oh, it's just a hut. Yeah, just a hut. Other than the boar, there's not much to attract me here, so I'm just gonna back the other way. So we could easily make a beeline straight for the summoning stones if we wanted to. Ooh, another deer. What can I get off you? Just see where we are in relation to... Water's not bad, actually, so I'm gonna actually head more to the water side. But because... knowing how close I am to the water makes it easier for me to figure out... End is up. Okay, what am I... why do I have that? I don't know what that is, so I'm just gonna take it out. Click some more by mistake. Yes, so I'm going to need to be able to get to the water, because even now I can build a raft. My sailing skills are the pits. Absolutely dreadful. The other thing is they do get storms in this game. So even though this hut I'm coming up on, or this, well, pen, more accurately, that I'm coming up on, may look like it's in a great spot with access to water, unfortunately it would not be a good one in terms of place to stay, because when the storm comes up, it's actually liable to be underwater. Neck. More neck. Okay. Cold isn't good because your stamina takes longer to recover, and sometimes healing takes longer to recover. Lean-to camp. We've just about cleared a full circle, so I'm actually quite enjoying this spot instead of this other one. Because we came down the west and this zone was farther out. Appeared to be a bit of a no-no based on what we can see for trees. Now it's just a matter of checking out what's in between the two here and possibly heading a bit north just to see if I run into some of this mountains and such. But we can probably do some more running to do that. Oops, you neck. Partly for practice and partly for let's get there. Meadow. The one shame is that when you mark things on your large map, you can see what they are, but you only see the icons on your mini map. Which every once in a while, if I have to reuse an icon because there aren't a whole lot of choices, then I find that I have to keep opening the map to figure out what it is that I had marked. There we go. Come on, you. Me up here. Open some of these blank spots. Right or left? I like the village, and I have a suspicion it's just back to the Standing Stone. So let's head back to the village, then I can dump off some of these things. Like, amber is considered precious. While that's not important now, there is a salesperson we have not seen yet. Sometimes some maps are easy to find him in, some maps are harder to find him in. But here, trailing. Some maps are easier to find, some maps are harder to find him in. But you can trade things to him, and that allows you to buy, items that help you out. A big difference on the screen that lets me know what's coming, like whether it's a greyling versus a grey dwarf. Aside from the fact that grey dwarfs will stop and throw rocks at you, greylings have yellow eyes, whereas grey dwarves have blue ones. And the grey dwarves are a smidge larger. One of the other concerns I have about being near Black Forest, even if I can take on the grey dwarves, yeah, I've been there. Okay. Even if I can take on the grey dwarves, pardon me, Black Forests harbor trolls. Trolls are not a picnic. I've watched my son try and come face to face with the troll. They are destructive. They smash anything and everything. Like, it very much like people use video clips of the Incredible Hulk the good old Hulk smash. Yeah, these guys smash everything, not just the player. So if you get them following you back into your base, you have major issues. So people suggest that it's best to kite them to a place you can handle away from your base. Like kite them by getting them to follow you. That will help them stay out of the way and not smash your base up. I mean, stuff is recoverable, but the biggest pain in the neck, what I understand, is starting all over again with pigs. If the troll has come and smashed up the pens, not much you can do to keep them out. I mean, you can, at least not early game, you can turn it into like stone and stuff, but not a ton. Okay, where are we here? One zone. But as you can see, like, we're running through the night, and aside from it being dark, for once again, I do apologize for that. We have a beautiful moon out tonight, though, so that's good. Once again, although it's dark at night, it's not necessarily that much more dangerous, at least in the early game. So, I mean, now that I've said that, it's a bit of a knock-on-wood situation. This looks like a well. That's a really cool design. I'm a little bothered by the extra sparkles coming out of it, but I don't see or hear. Okay. I stand corrected. Maybe that was a loo. Not great, but I like reference. Yes, I see you, Greyling, but let's take out the deer first. Deers don't fight back. Dude. There we go. Now, one of the other advantages to doing the block motion before I strike a deer, the advantage is that with the block motion, if you successfully make a block, not only does it increase your blocking skill and prevent damage, and that's one of those pretty obvious moments, but another thing that it does is that a block means that the two success... right, that's my base. So the two swipes right after that have bonus damage to them. So, so that's a definite bonus to try and get a couple of swipes in before you actually... That's not what I mean. It's a bonus to get a block in before you actually successfully swipe. So some websites suggest to actually wait for... I don't even know what I'm... Leather scraps, okay. But some sites actually suggest to wait until they take their first swing just so you get that block in there. I'm not too worried about it, but I do understand that farther down that could come in handy. I'm just a little nervous about potential for seeing the other... Oops. The other Black Forest zone. The other thing is that sometimes the groups of standing stones with stones on top of them is a good place to harbor the skeletons. So that's the other reason why I'm not super keen on that particular spot, and I may investigate that one during the day. This is the initial field where we would summon Eikthyr, and I'm going to skip going too close to that because we don't need to be. I want to see what's on the other side of it. Oh, more deer. If I can get up close and get more deer. The reason I'm looking for more deer hides is we can actually upgrade our gear. Be even better. Plus there's, plus you can get an additional piece like a cape. Going to come back, or are they going off? Darn. I got spotted, noticed, and they took off. That stinks. Well. What have we got going on here? Something about the terrain in this game, I think, is far more appealing to explore than Minecraft. It's not just the Minecraft's blocky, but at least this one, for the overworld-ish equivalency, it's more visually varied. And there isn't holes in the ground that you're going to fall into. Too bad, actually. I hear the deer. Where do I? It makes sort of almost a barking noise, and I find that odd. They seem to be constantly calling to one another. Where are you, deer? Deer, oh deer, oh deer. You've got in essence, a stamina-styled timer on the stealth in terms of how long you can remain hidden. And really all you need to do is stand up and crouch down again. But make sure that you're not actually standing for too long. Oh, don't see the deer. Oh well. More neat zones. But I'm thinking, even though it was close to some, or closer to some nasty neighbors, I'm thinking I like the abandoned village where we slept because it's close to 2 of the spawn points and quite a number of these red stones, and looks like there's a good amount of wildlife and berries around, so we should be able to get a move on. Other things after that? Yeah, so where the grass grows underfoot and the sky is blue overhead, there will always be a hearth and a home. So the indication on that is basically that it's safer to make a home where it's open skies. Right? When it's green overhead because you got trees, well, not so safe. I'm stealthy at the moment. Let's see if I can get the boar. Oh, I got spotted. Got spotted. There we go. I love the sun, though, in the morning. Another beautiful spot. There are tons of beautiful spots around here. Lovely open fields and stuff. This is why I don't like the skeletons. I mean, there's piles of stuff. Mines, can I reach those? 2 to 3. Okay, good, I made it. So that's why I want to, can I pick up the coins? No room. Okay. I'm gonna lose for that. 3 dwarf eyes. Ew. I can get more of those. Now I got the coins. Oops. Jumped and got hurt. Not great. So, I don't know if you can see off, almost in straight front of me, there is a deer who doesn't see me yet. So this might be a good opportunity to pull out the bow and give it some practice. Boink. As you can see from that particular shot, I had to aim above the deer, because in this game, not only do you have to worry about arcing things, you also have to worry about height, the wind. I get this boar from here. Apparently. Okay. I'm having really good luck with the bow at the moment. Oh, open, flat. Water. Oh, more deer. Times 2. Nice. Okay, the second one. Oh. Closer. Dude, that's gonna alarm them. Calm down, or are you gonna... You okay? Oh, you're okay. That's fine. Oh, 2 good shots. What did I do on that run? Ooh, good amount of deer meat, good amount of boar meat. Some scraps. Okay, what have we got in here? Don't want to overdo it. I'm already out of room, technically. Skeletons. Now, the reason I'm picking up the bone shards is I do actually need those for stuff later on. But the concern is if you approach these things with this crossbar, sometimes, as we noted earlier, one of the skeletons will actually be alive, so that's not to our advantage. Go north. What's the edge of this island? Plenty to see. Plenty to see. Ooh! Now that's appealing. What's over there? Fine. There's lots of good potential spots, because this one's a good one as well. And actually, I think I like it, might even like it better because it's closer to the water. That when I get into the boat mode, I can actually either build a dock out right in front, or I'd probably use that island. I think it's a little bit higher. Build a dock off the edge where the rock is, then maybe something along the lines of like a lighthouse off the center. We'll have to see, because I'm not super comfortable just yet. I'm assuming that it's going to be fine from between here and the central place where I started. That's usually what happens, but no guarantees. It does definitely look like a pussycat zone in terms of manageable stuff on both sides at the moment. If I like it, then I might as well fix up this spot. Oh, well, good place to start. Has no bed. That's not a problem. Potential site. I might as well throw a bed in here now, just in case. No, I'm debating. But a lot of water access, so I could find biomes by sailing. I could probably eventually figure out how to fish. We need to get a fishing rod from the salesperson if we ever find him. I don't know if there's another way in game to get a fishing rod, but it'd be a possibility. Okay, well, let's put a house down. Potential site. Nope. I'm carrying so much that if I died, I would actually have quite a run. I'm gonna go with my standard design, as in beds, furniture. Whoa, not that. Beds, furniture, etc. Relatively similar layout. Okay, now, problem with this one is a little bit smaller. I could easily smoke myself out. But that said, Actually, move this one. And I build it here instead. Right in the corner. I take out that spot for fire. That doesn't have to be super close. Put it right just about out of the building. Strange enough, it doesn't actually catch the building on fire. I always like doors. Door on that side, though. Inside, outside, outside. Right. For the floors. Back there. I really can't put anything straight, can I? It's a lot of repairs that I probably don't need to do. If it's a potential site, at minimum, it's going to be a good stopping over point if I'm going somewhere else. I get the impression that there's extra pieces in here somewhere. Oh, well, that's interesting timing. So all my smashing and banging has attracted the locals. So the color coding we see as we go around the outside is two things. One is that it is oh, I can sleep during the day. Okay. One of them is that that it tells us how much repair it needs, but the other thing, right, great. The other thing that it tells us is that in the corner further. Furniture. Oh, I'm standing on it. Blah 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 blah. Yourself. By the wall, maybe. That's up you outside. Put one of these here so I can put down some stuff before I go and take care of Mr. Noisy outdoors. Okay. Not that. Let's see, let's put the food in here. Labels? Yeah, just in case. Can't eat raw stuff anyway. One rock, well, that's not so helpful. Bones. Useful. Useful. That's lose. Okay, just about everything else here is replaceable. Not gonna worry about it. Go and get rid of that nasty. I think I accidentally. Yep. First claim. Can't sleep with this. Okay. Yeah, so I pretty much watched that one by watched that one by sleeping at the wrong time of day. Oh, no, I'm not. Actually, I was wrong. I thought I botched it and this was sunset, but it's not. I'm noticing I'm pointing east towards the sun, and it's... that would be morning. You use the east-west that we are familiar with. Some games love to throw you for a loop and go differently. Reverse it. Yeah, and that's considering I don't have all the effects turned on. So I will admit, while I spoiled myself, to get a pre-built, ready-to-go machine all in one, and had to do some homework to make sure I got a half-decent one. It's definitely been paying off in terms of how much I've been enjoying the games I've been playing. Not what I originally wanted, but hey. Can't get the deer. Okay. Oh dear, you coming back? Oh, no, I'm still noticed. Come on. I get the deer close enough that I could try it for a shot with a bow. Probably not, so just keep on moving. We've already been here about an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm actually... Oh! Aw, phooey. Dear dear. Deary me. No, that's not meant as a bad pun. Come on. Nope. No luck. Okay, well, at least you still successfully filling in some of the hole, though. That's the important part. Yeah, so there's plenty of good berry patches near me and stuff, so I'll be able to get food if I use this potential site. But it's just a big blank hole in the middle. The assumption is it's safe, but it's worth checking out. Fun. So one of the grindy bits about this is always needing more materials. Definitely something that I was warned about, in that more seems to be required at all times. Yep, there we go. I was going to say, I believe I heard a bee's nest. And lo and behold, there it is. Really? This is the second game I've got that actually, where my mouse fires bow a little too early. So that makes me wonder if it's something to do with my mouse, because I've tried switching out the mouse pad, the laser mouse, I've tried cleaning it, I've tried reinstalling the drivers, and all of that, no go. Hey, I got the honey, where'd the bee go? Honey? Honey. Yes. Oh, queen bee, are you kidding me? Personal first. I don't think I've ever seen one without a queen bee before. Darn. Game. Looking around for the little sparkly particles just to see if I've missed anything. Don't see any. Oh, no, bee is there. Okay, I missed it. Missed it coming in. Food down there. Me up there. Me up there, thank you. Food down there. Raw food on this side. Rocks. Bees. As tempted as I am to sing about Canada, no. Arrogant worms, take a break for a while. Okay, so we found ourselves a beehive in between. That's good news. We should own, if I remember correctly, I think that's 2 bees. I'm just trying not to get confused between my characters. Though, I mean, technically it doesn't matter. One of the things I like about this game is that by being able to connect in between worlds, and the progress is actually on a per character basis, as opposed to Minecraft is all related to what you've done in the world, and there's no change to your character. This one, you can actually tote stuff back and forth between worlds, which means that if I was to do some supplies gathering or whatever off camera, I wouldn't necessarily have to be affecting what goes on with this character on camera. I could actually have one of my other characters do stuff and then log in and bring things with them. Whatever stays in your inventory goes with you from world to world. I mean, the premise of the story is really that that you are one of many warriors all getting brought back to a Valheim for a chance at a new life. In the abandoned village and the potential site, I'm now torn as I like. the abandoned village has the mountainy zone up to the north, and the neighbors are probably a little uncomfortably close. But then the potential site has the ocean, and I still don't know what's up north there. So I'm torn as to which one. Let's see. Well, does anyone who happens to be in chat have a preference? It doesn't really matter to me. But I may just have to actually flip a coin if I can't decide. Apologies, I needed my coffee break. And you guys have probably not been hearing much for quite some time. Just give me one quick second. I realized I'm on the wrong screen. Live. There we go. There's me. Go back into studio mode. I kicked my OBS out of studio mode, so I wanted to full screen something I was looking at. Well, not full screen, but full preview window. However, I forgot that by doing that, that's what you guys are seeing live. Whereas, if I do it in studio mode, I have a mode where I can preview what I'm going to be seeing before I actually make it live. And that's what I'm more used to using, it's just that it's really small. And it's not on the screen that I would like. So, yeah, there's more I can do with OBS to make it more comfortable. But... Okay, no response. I'm just going to head north a little bit here and see what we've got going. Past this little direction, weird striations on the map is interesting, and I'm trying to determine whether or not we are getting too close to the, as I'm thinking of it now, the no-no zone, or whether it's just another bit of terrain that's interesting. Okay, I am low. Can I get this deer? Nope. Another one here. I got a tree. I didn't know I could shoot down a tree. Okay, well, learned something new, I guess. And I missed the deer. Really? Frustrating. But there's a red stone. Yay, red stones. What kind of story do we have here? Where the sky, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's talking about open area. I can hear the rabbit. There it is. That railings run, I guess. Am I? Okay, good. I'm still in stealth, so up on this deer before they notice me. Oh, nope, noticed. Too late. Yeah, too late. Going north like I was talking about. In a weird sort of way, because I live in Canada, we have access to, like in Western Canada, we have access to mountains and stuff relatively frequently. This reminds me a lot of some of the hiking zones I've been to, particularly up in the Rocky Mountains, or in parts of British Columbia, which is still Rocky Mountains, but it's a province to the west of me. And yeah, beautiful zones. Okay, so this part is nothing exciting except terrain. It's probably referencing to the Rocket Show. Or potential site. I'm going to see whether or not I can wrap around the end still safely, or if there's more to worry about. Berries. The berries do respawn in this game, so I could be marking berry patches, but because they respawn, and there's quite a number of them around here in this part, then I'm not too bothered. Where I was at the first stopover point was... Where was I at the first stopover point? Where we started from today, not so much available in terms of vegetation. So this is another big bonus for moving home. Okay, so we do have neighbors, but it's still a ways. If I was to use the potential site, they're even farther away than at the abandoned village. This actually looks better, and I hadn't dropped anything off here other than a chest not chests, sorry, a bed and one of the crafting benches. So I might just leave that stuff there and not worry about it. I mean, it's just fire. Like, it's nothing. A couple sticks and some rocks. So I can easily replace that. This is an amazing spot as well. Looks vaguely familiar. Which is odd. Nasty trees up there. Back. You can start to see some of the pines through here. That's what I'm not keen on. Basically troll territory. Oh, nope. I guess running hurts. 8. One of the other things I find myself doing in this game frequently, I find myself pressing button 9 on my keyboard, just because Minecraft has 9 things. This one, the scrolling zooms in and out. Get this far back, or I can get that close. Breathing down my own neck, so to speak. Checking. Okay, good. Checking those before I go near them because I don't want there to be bees that surprise me. What I'm actually going to do is skirt the edge a little bit. Oh dear. Oh, nope, they found me. Okay, no good. Ooh. But in daylight, I'm more willing to take this on. Yet. There we go. More willing to skirt the edge of the Black Forest in daylight, just a personal comfort thing. But I'm told that it doesn't make much difference. Just that if I can somewhat outline what's available, I have a rough idea of what sort of space I'm looking at. This is another one of those ones with the stone up top, but it looks like there's a bigger chance of it being inside, so I need to be a little more on my guard. And as I can see, doesn't seem to be there to pick up any good news. Ish. Getting piles of bones would be nice. Ooh. Here, let's see if we can get your lack of attention. Shoot him. Him, her, it. Answer's yes. Hide, yay! And meat. We have here, which one are we seeing? Repeat? All long ages past, the Allfather Odin united the worlds. He threw down the Vanir, giants and those creatures older than any others. The greatest of them could not be killed, but were instead forsaken, exiled to Valheim for eternity. When they tread the earth, the lesser creatures jump like crumbs on a drum skin. You will know them when you see them. I think that's warning me about watch out for the challenge with the elders and their ilk. Ilk isn't the word. Sorry. Minions, I guess. Oh. Got ourselves relatively. I'd be surprised by Great Dwarves, but we got ourselves a relatively large space, actually. We're going to go uphill. Oh, there's more trees. Okay. So this is sort of going uphill again. More of the pine-style trees, or sorry, the evergreens. I don't really know what they are, actually. I didn't pay attention the other day when I was chopping them down. Should have, but I didn't. How far north can we get? We're keeping that forest on my left, but I want to keep it far enough away from me that if I start hearing noises, it'll only be greylings or grey dwarves. I don't want both. What I got here. Wow, this place is huge. Keep hoping it's going to connect to the water, but it may not for quite some ways. Huh. Oh, scared of deers. Darn it. Eat another bite of mushrooms this time around. There are 3 slots, but I've been actually just doing an attempt to more or less balance out the 3 types of food I've got, partly because they have different lengths of time that they're valid for. Or I'm able to eat another one. I'm not really sure what I'm hearing for game audio. Oh, too close. Not really sure what I'm hearing for game audio in Spotify, but I think I like it. Odd. Okay. Run some more. When I'm near a zone where there could be trouble, I don't want to wear out my running stamina in case something I don't like pops up. My use of bows is getting better. Here's nasty. Bones. Going. Because that Barbara Dart might be the wrong kind. Being dwarves as opposed to greylings. If it's starting and stopping like that. I have plenty meadows. Plenty of meadows. But I've sworn I heard a bee's house. Not sure where. Meadows? Wow. Ton of places. Oh. Mountains. Okay. That could be really bad news. Yeah. Mountains are kind of like a couple of levels off. Okay, I'll just leave that one. I don't... I can skirt around the mountain zone, being in the meadows. Go back to the potential zone, because I think that potential zone will act for the potential. Zoom out. Wow, I got a ways to go. I feel cold, okay. Feel cold in a safe place. I don't like how dark it's getting, but this is not a great place to stop. I'm gonna try that tactic of just keep moving. It's really, really bad position, or bad decision, from the point of view of a scout. So from a scout position, this is dumb. However, not a scout world. This is a human world. Like it's just a game. And so a lot of stuff I talk about in scouting just does not apply. Welcome back. Welcome back again. I hope you got to take care of what it was you needed to take care of, and that things are all good for you again. No. Okay. Keeping on. Oops, right here. Yeah, so there is tons and tons of meadow to explore. Don't have to explore it all, but I think that potential spot's going to be the real deal. So when I get back there, ish, then I think one of the things. Ooh, yes. Well, driving home is safe. Driving home is a great plan. Like, I really do hope you're the kind of person that if you're still doing Twitch and stuff while you drive, that it becomes an audio only. I feel very uncomfortable with people who insist on having the video on in the background because it's too tempting to glance down. And that glance could be your last, you know? So I'm always glad to hear people are home safe. It's actually funny because at one point I was thinking, not just about you specifically, but just about the whole driving home thing, that one time I gave my phone to my kids, and it was something that we'd all been listening to, so we had the audio on, punctuated in between the things that were being said in the video the video of what we were watching. My son was insisting on telling me play-by-play of absolutely everything that was happening, which was great, but that's probably worse than not having the video at all. I learned from that experience, and it's become, now I will either say audio only and it stays in the front seat, or it's, yeah, we'll catch the video on demand later. There is a ton of forest to explore. I'm really enjoying this. They call it meadows, but it's anything but. Now, one of the things that I've learned is there are some fun ways you can almost cheese the trees. Now, that sounds weird, but there are two different types of trees you can cut down. Start with beeches being the most common in the meadows section. But there's also, which I think the beeches are the meadow ones mostly, but there are also, you'll find birches, like this one, and they say, too hard, I can't actually cut these. Even if I use the flint axe, too hard. But if you cut down a beech tree, and it falls and knocks the birch tree, then the birch tree can get knocked down, in which case it's still too hard for you to chop, but you can do really weird things like crash the beech or the birch tree piece into either another birch tree piece or into some beech trees and stuff like that. And so you can, in essence, cheese getting the birch wood earlier than it wants you to be able to cut it down. I actually think that while from one point of view that could be an exploit, not that it would get you much advantage, but I mean, on one hand it could be considered an exploit. On the other hand, not what I want. Go away, there's only one skeleton, so I can take it, but still. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, where I was going with that, as I calm down from the skeletons, because they're creepy. Don't surprise me like that. That's not fair. Okay. Over here. But you can get the wood earlier. I think it actually might not necessarily be an exploit per se. I think it actually might be somewhat intentional in the game that you can do these sorts of things. Just to see whether or not a player will actually try to do that. Would have spent some ingenuity. Hey, skeleton. Good thing I heard you first. Is that the only one? Okay. Let's see if the player will spend some ingenuity on trying to figure out how to deal with the situation. Oh. I hear it. Don't see it. Which corner is it on? Darn good thing I didn't try and take refuge in there. Away from the skeleton. That would be a mess. Out of arrows. Aw, man. Okay, well, let's mark this one, because from the potential site, I could easily come back here. Beehive. Okay. So knowing that, then I'm going to move the bow out of the way so I don't accidentally try and switch to it. Where are we here? Headed south? South, south. So, there's things I'm learning about how to manage the game that I'm really enjoying here. If I get really stuck about something, then, you know, there's a chance I might look it up, but not likely. Yeah. Water side is a little bit gray in terms of unexplored. I have to get back to the potential site anyways, so I'm gonna get closer to the water. Thing. Oh. You start to see we've got a bit of the storm coming up. So the streaks that you see flying by are actually wind indicators. I didn't realize that till recently. I remember who tipped me off to that one. Might have been my son, but anyways. But you can also start to see that as an actual storm comes in, the ocean gets more rough, and the waves can actually throw you off your boat. That's on top of having the wonderful Viking serpents that you used to see on maps. They are a thing in this game. Pain in the neck as that is. There's the ocean swells. The other thing actually this game has, which you don't see a whole lot of at the moment, is they do have some level of tides. So you can actually build your boat thing too close to the water and then have trouble getting, or not too close to the water, like too far down, and then have trouble getting to it. Okay. I got that one. No. Yeah. Either I cleared it out or there was nothing there. So I think if this is the potential site, which I'll just check in a second here, then I think I'm going to stick with it. I quite like its location. I think it's just high enough off that we won't get tides and we won't have issues with accessing the water, so that's good news. There's plenty of open space, plenty of trees. And a lot of this is meadows, so I don't have to worry too much about types of guys that will come and harass me. A bit lumpy. We can deal with that. Alright. So. One where I put... Yep. This is the one where I put a bunch of the extras I did not want to. Now we need 3 of the trophy heads from the deer to, I think 3, to summon Eikthyr, so collecting those is actually worth it. These 4 heads, kind of useless as far as I know. But I'll check it out on the web another time, just to see whether or not there's any point to it. Have some more raw deer meat. Wood's always good, enough for fires. Okay, so I can make another torch. There we go. And this. The other torch. Oh, I hadn't torched this one up. Okay. Torch time. One. Doesn't matter which way it goes. Welcome to the shiny home. Good place to start. I have a hole in the roof, which means when it rains, we're gonna have problems with the fire going out, but it's fine for starters. I hear an uninvited guest. I just don't see them. Oh, there they are. You. Hi, me. All right. For visual's sake, I think I'm just going to add another one of these panels. Building 5. Like it. Go. At least the place looks similar. Now the hole in the front. Do I care? Almost like they've got vents going, so I think I'm going to leave it for now. The graylings, if I aren't too much of a problem with that, but if the if we had gray dwarves, then that would be a problem. You can see we've got rain, so I may actually have to go and deal with the fact the fire's gone out. Okay, yep. Whoa! So let's rinse and repeat. How much wood do I have? 34. I think that'll be enough. So let's build walls. Hello? Let's see through this. Oh. Oops. I'll work this place to... Okay. Back down. In that wood. Much as I like it. Where there? Yeah, this place is really small. I'm gonna have to make it bigger pretty quickly here. That should take care of most of the smoke issue, but let's put one more piece up top. Goes the spine up there. I don't need that. Need one of the ones here with a lower angle, and the advantage to that is that I can actually go the other way. On you. Okay, there we go. And stick it. Weird as this looks. Turn. Other way. Other way. Okay, I'm gonna do this from... Come on. Oh, that's down. I'll go back again. There. Now this is weird. Very, very weird. But what it does then, I can turn this around. Put one up. I don't want that one. Ridge. Yeah, I don't have any ridges here. Hopefully we're not catching too much smoke in here. Let's see what that does, smoke-wise. Okay, and I could put half walls in the front to the holes. And in the back. And I've already got a half. Put that out to save wood. Put in a full in here. That's the way they've done the door that made the front not viable to do the same thing. And we have ourselves our first place. But can't put that one in, let's put a small one. Put it over here. Where can I get it in? if it'll let... Oh, might. Okay, so let's take that out. Instead of this one, if it'll let me reclaim it. Well, the piece afterwards. Okay, I did get the wood back. Perfect. After going here, that. Now let's see. So, smoke seems to go up and out. Doesn't seem to collect in here, so I think we'll go with this. Not a perfect start, but it should be better than nothing. And what I'm going to do, actually... Oh. Whoa. Sorry. Remembering to turn off my tools is a little bit of a weird one in this game. Loading up everything I can. I'm going to move the chest. Because I need to put something else in this, right up next to the bench. Far enough back. Okay, crafting. This will allow it to become a 1-star bench, which means that I can do more upgrades and do more creation of items. I've kind of got a square back on this thing, so I just want to put it as far back as I can. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to make a beehive yet, but it looks like we've got our new home. We've got a new bed. Let's see. I'm just going to take off the helmet for now, so that you guys can see me better. Boop. Hey there. Oh, I see. I have to tool in my hand. That's why. Back up. Okay. Turn around. Still getting used to the camera on this one because it's very different than what I expect. Look up. There we go. There we are in the new home. And it's blowing like crazy outside. We've got ourselves a good spot for a port. We could even take the boat up the river if we want to. Or take a raft or something up the river. Which might be a smart move. But at minimum, I can follow the river on foot. A little bit easier. Down this way. And then head to the storage house. Because it allows me to look for deer along the route, avoid most of chaos in here, just trees and whatnot, and get to the storage house and the home that we used to have. I think that's what I'm probably going to do a little bit of off camera, is to go collect stuff from there, bring it back here, and just store it. We'll do some more building on camera, but I don't think we need to do a whole lot, particularly not in the middle of a heavy storm. I'll just show you real quick what the storm looks like. So you can see that the wind markers are saying it's blowing all over the place. It's probably a good thing I put the block up at the top of my house. I probably can switch that into a full piece. And then have... I'm just going to put the helmet on in case I get surprised. 2, 3... Go down to the water. You start to see the spray coming off the sides. I actually like that feature. You can see that the water is choppy. If you take a look at, I don't know if you can see the rock too well from here. There's lightning, and there's some waves going on, and there's quite the swell coming up and down. But they've got some good-sized weather in here, and I'm not too keen on wandering around during the bad weather, just in case. You'll probably notice up near the mini-map in the top right corner, some raindrops, and the raindrop shapes, and that says wet. So it's kind of like being cold, where you don't necessarily move as fast, and you don't necessarily recover your stamina as quickly as you would otherwise. So they tend to want you to dry off. Yeah, it was a great stream. I'm just going to head out to this weird little outcropping we've got. You take a good look at the storm and call it a day from there, I think. Whee! Can we get up here? Got some good storms and lightning and stuff. not quite so awesome. Back to the other place real quick, and then we really will log out. Go away, Grayling. I don't need you. Right, and noisy. I will definitely say that. One of the things this game does well is the weather has got quite some sound to it. You get a major storm, you know it. Which is mildly funny when I was trying to play a little bit on the weekend, because it was definitely storming in the game, storming outside, and crazy windy outside. But there, you can see off the side of the house, that's the upshot of the weird, janky roof thing I built. This spine piece up top is by using a less sloped roofed section, and I'm directing the rain outside, and at the same time managing to direct the smoke outside, at the same time managing to provide some protection for the fire, which is why it stayed lit. So, here we are in the new house, and yeah, I think this is where we're going to start. Hopefully things will get better soon. Take the hat off. And if I can get our slopes out of here. Or jump. I need to definitely work on space. We'll get that one going. Oh, okay. There's the backside. There we are. So yeah, this is, I think, where we're going to end for the day. And I wanted to say thank you very much to everyone who dropped by. Thank you, Benson, for dropping in and returning after you drove home. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Thank you once again for Fantastic Sherlock Fox to drop by. I understand you've got a lot of meetings and stuff for the day. So, yeah, as much as I talk about doing off-camera stuff, I will be back next week to do more Valheim on stream for Whatever Wednesday. And then tomorrow, same time slot, noon to 2 p.m. Eastern, will be some more Minecraft. I'm hoping to get more of the chopping done, because we're actually making some serious progress to clear out space for the art that I was planning on. So, hopefully all will go well on that one. And yeah, I will see you guys again soon. Let's head to the end screen, and then I'm going to find someone to raid. Wow. I guess the game sounds disappear really quick when I do that. Okay. So, I don't see anyone who's actually playing Minecraft at the moment. So I don't see anyone who's playing Valheim at the moment that I follow. I'm still growing that list. But I think we're going to return to Minecraft, our comfortable zone, and drop in on Maribel Jade. So please do give her all my best. I will probably do a drop and run, just because I've got things to do for Scouts this afternoon. So I will see you guys again soon. Thank you for dropping by. Bye-bye for now.
Mislift managed.